Last voting was a bit tougher for some people today because of problems at a few voting sites. Some of the issues today include opening late, a power outage, and scanners getting jammed. That's according to the Virginia Department of Elections. Our Matthew Torres is live at Harper Park Middle School in Loudoun County. And Matthew, we know that voters there were forced to come back after a problem with the ballot machine, yeah?
And Lorenzo, some people were frustrated and even questioned the voting system after this machine that accepts your ballots briefly stopped working this morning. But the precinct chief is responding by assuring the community that every vote cast is accounted for. Even on a gloomy day.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Thank you for coming out.
The weather can't cast a shadow on a county ablaze this election year.
Good afternoon, sir. May I interest you in a Democratic sample ballot?
Hi, can I offer you a sample Republican ballot?
But the weather did cast enough of a problem.
We had a situation that's not uncommon when it's raining.
To briefly stall operations at Harper Park Middle School in Leesburg. River Creek Precinct Chief Audrey Price suspects a ballot got wet from a voter, which affected the machine's ability to accept any more.
A voter put his ballot into the voter box, and then it caused the voter box to jam.
Even though that ballot counted, there were 36 other residents who already filled out their votes. Their regular ballots were placed into an emergency ballot box in the back of the machine.
It just didn't feel like there was a lot of thought put into, well, certainly a machine can break. What do we do when it does? And I think people were a little frustrated about that.
Voters like Mike Kipp had the option to wait until the machine was rebooted or to come back later.
It just seemed like an odd coincidence. You know, I voted here for many years and it's never been a problem.
I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I take everyone's legal right to vote very seriously.
But Price stresses voters should still feel confident about the system. She opened the emergency ballot box herself and placed each ballot into the machine once it restarted, but not without the watchful eyes from witnesses.
We must have an election officer from each party present throughout that entire process. So we had a representative from the Democratic Party, we had a representative from the Republican Party.
During an election year in a politically charged county.
Sir, how about you? Not today. All right.
Anything to help voters from casting doubt.
Thanks for voting today.
Now, to add an extra layer, the Republican National Committee also sent a poll watcher to act as a witness. And so far, there's been no other issues aside from the county experiencing some of their phones being offline this morning. But that, too, has been fixed. Reporting live in Leesburg, I'm Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
Yeah, the good news here, they got it all worked out. Matthew, thank you. And today is also Election Day in Maryland. Our Scott Broom is keeping tabs on the key races there. He's going to look at how misinformation is affecting Frederick's mayoral race coming up at 5:30.
And speaking of stopping misinformation, let's bring in Evan Kosloff to help us verify. He's helping to answer when we might actually know the winner of some of these big races. Hey, Evan.
Right, Leslie, and that's the big question that we wanted to verify. What determines when a race can actually be called? So we went to find the answer with the help of our three sources. They're the three big organizations that call elections. They're the Associated Press, Decision Desk HQ, and Edison Research. They all use a combination of things like historical election results, demographics, exit polls, nationwide surveys, voter registrations, voter files, and votes as they're reported by localities to make their projections. Here's what Drew McCoy, the president of Decision Desk HQ, told our researchers.
But what you're really looking for when you're calling an election is you're really calling a loser more than a winner.
Larry Rosen, the co-founder and president of Edison Research, agreed, saying that they're going to call a race when they determine that there is less than a 0.5% chance that the other candidate will catch up. The Associated Press told our team that they'll call a race when, quote, we conclude that the trailing candidate will not catch the leader. So it's more about the loser there. And just a reminder, these are projections. The actual ballot counting will likely continue for days. And so whether we have results tonight or not will depend on just how close this ends up being.